Well, hello and welcome back to the audio version of the Tao Manifesting Tarot. The tarot for people with imagination and people who are multitaskers. Why do I say that? Well, because it's an audio version, meaning what you're going to get is this static picture on your screen for the, I think, about 10 or 11 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that, that this runs. So, the whole time you're going to be looking at this, but that frees you up to be able to continue to listen and do other things. Make a sandwich, get some coffee, do whatever you have to do. Again, multitaskers with imagination. Audio brings imagination out in people. So I love doing it this way, and we'll keep doing it for a while. Just kind of works out well. Alrighty, so let's get to it. Today's Tao Manifesting Tarot for you multitaskers, you imaginative multitaskers. And we begin at the top, always begin at the top, work our way to the bottom row. Top, in the middle, we have the Oracle card. The main theme, the main frequency in this reading is building blocks. Okay, so some sort of a construction or reconstruction going on in your life somewhere. Building blocks. Okay, you're starting to put things together. And for me, when I first took a look at this card, building blocks, I'm thinking this is not necessarily a new project. This is refurbishing something that needs improving, updating in your life. Okay, we'll see how that all works out. But building blocks, that's the key frequency. Top row, far left, first card, death. I would suspect at this point there are not a whole lot of people who, when they look at the card in the major arcana of death, that they really necessarily think actual physical death. Death is a transformation. Now, human beings don't like change at all, unless it's bad change. But if it's positive, or even if it's kind of so-so, we're pretty uncomfortable with change of any kind. So I can't imagine anybody would be thinking of physical death. I'm not looking at it because this is a card of manifestation. So what am I looking at? Transformation, endings, beginnings. You're leaving something behind. You're shedding something in your life. That's why I said the idea of building blocks. And I don't get the idea of building from the ground up. This is a refurbishing, a reconditioning of something in your life. And it will take the death of an attitude, of a feeling, something. Something has to come to an end for you to be able to make this transition and actually use those building blocks. Right next to the death card, we have the strength card. Like it here. Because it tells me that you will have the ability to leave behind whatever needs to be left behind. Again, people get attached to things. Good, bad, or indifferent, we get attached. We get used to them, which is a scary thought when you think about what's going on in the world right now. Nevertheless, in your world, you understand that something has to be left behind so you can again, refurbish, rebuild whatever it is that needs to be done. You will have the strength to do it. You do have the strength to do it. You have patience, and you have this inner motivation. You will get it done when you set your mind to it. Let's jump over to the right side. Got the world. The world tells me very simply that times are moving on. Things are moving. You cannot stop them. They have a pace of their own. It's completion. It's integration. It's a sense of wholeness. And again, here we go back to the idea of building blocks, the first key idea, the foundational idea in this reading today. Again, it's not something new. It is tearing down something that is in your life only to rebuild it. Make it better. Make it fitting for your current situation. Make it more positive. Final card in the upper row, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, above all else, talks about patience. In fact, Pentacles talk about patience, frankly. And you see this guy in the Rider-Waite card leaning on his hoe, looking at the pentacles in the tree. What he's doing is evaluating what needs to be changed, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be repaired. I don't want to start the whole thing all over again. I want to see how I'm doing and see how I can make it better. Again, going back to the idea of building blocks. Something needs to be updated in your life. You probably have a pretty good idea what it is, but probably have not started on it yet. Been thinking about it, but haven't done it yet. Bottom row, we have the Page of Swords. Pages always change the storyline. So, a Page of Swords talks about revitalization, embracing the new, honesty, integrity. In this context, the idea of building blocks, reconstructing something, not from the ground up, but patching it, making it work better for you. Page of Swords says very simply, you're going to be honest with yourself about this. You're not going to hand yourself a line of baloney. You've been handed a line of baloney in media and the world in general for a couple of years at least. You're tired of that. When it comes to you, your life, you are going to have honesty. You're going to have integrity. You're going to embrace the change and build with integrity. Next card over, Chariot. Chariot very simply says what we've been talking about up to this point. You have the willpower, you have the ambition, you have the focus. You know what needs rebuilding, what needs refurbishing. You probably even know where the building blocks go. Maybe you haven't done it yet, but you're heading in that direction. And one of the things that you will be doing as you're building blocks or making these changes is the next card over on the right side. It's Ten of Wands. It's dropping all false responsibilities. You're just overwhelmed. Too many is a Monty Python, and you have to be of a certain age for this to make sense. The Monty Python, the British comedic group, said too many tubs of slaw, famous for that. In other words, you just basically have too many things on your plate. And they weren't put there by you, they were put there by other people. For their purposes, not your purposes. And at this point, you're going, nope. Nope. Going to put them down, start over. Something has to change. And the first thing that has to change is my responsibility load. I will be responsible ultimately, but I don't have to take on other people's burdens. And you're aware of that. And the final card on the right side, bottom row, is Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is the dance of change. Pentacles, of course, are things that you value. Don't think just money, please. Pentacles are things that you value. Health, happiness, love, those kinds of things, along with money. So you are juggling your value system. You're having to make changes. You're having to adapt to your current situation. And the current situation is basically realizing you got to make some changes, the building blocks. Again, it doesn't mean tearing something down. It means taking what you have, what exists now, and just rearranging, moving things here and there and the other to sort of rebuild, but again, not from the ground up, not that idea. You're thinking about it. You're just about ready to do it. And what says it all is the middle card to bottom row, vice versa card facing forward. It is the proverbial Four of Wands, harmony, celebration, stability. That's really, I guess, what you're looking for. And when you consider the times that we find ourselves in, stability is a rare thing. Things are changing from day to day to day to day. Everybody's telling you a different story from a different angle, and it gets to be confusing. It gets to be overwhelming. You don't know what to believe. But one thing you do know, you can't believe what you believed because now it's been proven to be false, phony, fabrication, a lie, whatever word you want to use. And that's the reason for the building blocks. Again, it's not a question of building your life from the ground up. It's a question of refining, changing a block here or there, or doing whatever construction or reconstructing that you have to do, but not tearing your life down. That's the idea of building blocks. You're going to have the strength to do it. You're going to be successful, very successful at putting it together. You just have to focus on the job at hand. What needs to be replaced, and do it. Simple as that. Alrighty, so there you go. There's today Tao Manifesting Tarot reading for the folks who like to use a little imagination when they're doing their tarot. I'll be back again tomorrow with another read. I do a brand new read every day, 365. I hope I do a good enough job explaining. I mean, doing this where we have a static situation, one picture on the screen, makes me have to be a better tarot reader. And I work very hard to try to explain it, make it clear, so that you don't have to guess. Because with a lot of readers, I'm going, when they're done with their reading, I'm going, okay, and so what did that mean? What are you saying? I don't want you to do that. I want you to understand clearly, this is the energy. You choose to tap in, tap out, it's your choice. All right? Keep working on it together as a team, you and I. So, between now and the next time you and I have a chance to get together and manifest tarot, as always, peace and blessings.